Well, welcome everyone to the final community update of the year. It's been a long ride this year. A lot's going on. Like Skip's on Christmas break right now. Like, he was going to try to pop in if he could, but it's everything's just kind of winding down right now. Like today, I was responding to some emails, and I realized that no one was responding back. Like I can almost hear the clock ticking down as everyone takes off for 2023 and just checks out. Although I have talked to a few of you, I had a few conversations on some calls today where people are like, "Nope, I'm here all the way through the holiday. I've got a lot of work to do. I'm just catching up." Some of you are trying to avoid family, or some of you just have that much to do. You have an incident you're managing, or a um, a an outage, or a change window that's going on. But it's just crazy how much we have to pack into the end of year as break fix shops or as MSPs. And so last week we kind of talked about rounding up the year, and this week I wanted to hit upon some of the research I've been doing into 2024. And so this is Adam's monologue and on 2024. And I've been doing research on what happens during the United States election years, as well as how did the economy do this last quarter into fourth quarter, November. How did the sales go there? We kind of predicted some upticks in B2C with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And I saw a recent report from Profitwell where they said that like business to business software did fantastic. However, business to consumer was a little lower. Actually, I should say business to business software did really great. It was more of like a 6% growth in November, which is a little low for this time of year. Humanize did great. Everybody wants to get their QBR software built right now for some reason. I think it's because it's the end of the year and like, crap, I didn't do any QBRs this year. But if you come down to what is 2024 going to look like, we were talking on our podcast and we talked on a ConnectWise webinar, which I'll be posting next week on strategic analysis of 2024, that next year we should see people buying a little bit more when it comes to businesses. A lot of businesses who are a little bit more savvy held back on their purchases this year. They're expecting a recession. They're expecting to go into 2024 with a shortage, and the recession didn't happen. So knowing that, what's going to happen is at the end of this year, some businesses are going to take bonuses. Some businesses are going to say, okay, let me just hold on to this cash for the first quarter, and I will see if the economy stabilizes. The one thing we do know is that there is a little bit of an old wives' tale when it comes to election years in the United States, is that we expect that consumer confidence is going to go down because we don't know where the economy is going. We don't know what if there's going to be a change of presidents and that's going to change economic policy. What we do know is historically buying actually increases during presidential years. So we've got a bunch of businesses who have pulled back on their spend for the year, as well as a bunch of businesses who have surplus cash right now. So what are these people going to do? How are they going to change the year? Are they going to invest in more commodities? Are they going to invest in more assets? Or are they going to invest in more services? My bet is that with the change in economic policy and with the consumer confidence going up, that we're going to see businesses invest more in self-improvement, in making their company a little bit better. And so they're going to buy more services. They're going to want to be more resilient. So that's your disaster recovery. These are your cyber insurance policies, cybersecurity. You're going to see a lot more people who want to invest in like making their company the best it can be given what's coming up. We all know that the cyber attacks are increasing every year. It's kind of like the new iPhone. The new iPhone is faster than ever. Every year we hear from cybersecurity, there are more attacks than ever. And that's correct. It's increasing. But we also have a bunch of people who have more money now and they're willing to invest. Why are they willing to invest? Because this is something they want to be more resilient for. If the economy does go down, they want to know that their company is ready to go. They might buy some PCs or laptops, but again, they're all kind of still like, "Ooh, do I want to invest in a capital expense or should I invest in growing my company?" So you as an MSP need to be thinking, what services do I offer that help a company grow? Things like cybersecurity awareness sessions. That's a great service to add on. You want to add on things like disaster preparedness. Maybe you're going to do tabletops with your clients. Maybe you're going to increase the number of hours you're covering, like you're covering third shift now, or you're going to go and do lunch and learns once a month. You're going to give them, hey, I've got 12 lunch and learns. We're going to come in and we're going to train your staff on Office 365 best practices or quick tips and tricks. And you can use your vendors to do this. Like they'll send people out to train your staff on their product. So be thinking creatively on what services can you provide. Maybe you can start moving into, rather than manufacturer warranties, you move into your MSP warranties, and you're going to start covering PCs and let them go a little longer to save the company a little cash. Maybe you're going to push on them a little bit better cybersecurity resilience. You can do pen testing with them, or finally get them compliant. It would be my thing. If I were an MSP today, I would bet on compliance. I would reach out and say, "Hey, you do not have compliance in your office, or maybe you're just HIPAA. Let's double down on really like refining what that means. Maybe there's some policies they haven't quite have stable. Like I've yet to walk into an organization where they were just rock solid on their compliance. There's always somewhere like, okay, we're kind of doing MFA, but we've got these holes. But they don't count because they don't fall under the policy. Well, maybe it's time to cover the rest of those. Or if you have clients who are not in a compliance mechanic, you can pick up something like NIST. I love NIST. NIST is something I've used for years. We offer it in our platform, and that would allow you to do a bunch of things like, hey, we'll make you NIST compliant by the end of 2024. Here's what it's going to cost. First, we're going to do a discovery session for like $2,000. We're going to go through and we're going to audit your systems, and it's going to make a checklist. And we're going to have this big long checklist. And I'm going to guess it's going to cost about $2,000 in man hours a month or whatever. Figure it out. And that's going to fuel your 2024. So when you get to end of 2024, you're going to be, your cyber resiliency is going to go up. You're going to be able to answer your cybersecurity insurance forms a lot easier because now you're NIST compliant or SOC compliant. And everybody's a lot happier then. What you need to do, though, is talk to your client about this. And some great tools that'll help you, like compliance scorecard, will help you, manage compliance. Even if you don't know anything about compliance, there are nice tools out there to help you say, "Oh, I don't know compliance, but I can use a compliance scorecard or any of those to say, now I can do it. Now I can just go down this checklist." That's really all compliance is, a big long checklist, and that you revisit to make sure you're observing best practices. These are things you need to be thinking about. These are things that are going to help you get the most out of an economy that's a little unstable, where buying confidence is high, and the businesses you're working with have a little bit of extra cash, but they don't know what to do with it because they're still feeling uncertain. Just because the economy is doing better doesn't mean that all your clients know that the economy is doing better. Some of them don't study economics. Some of them don't have good resources to look into. You can be a source of that. Like bring one of those confidence indexes, like the consumer confidence index. It's a great one. Bring it to the table and say, "Hey, look, just in case you wanted a handout, hand it to them. Like, we've been reviewing this and noting that it's going to be a good 2024. It looks like things are turning around and we're betting on growth. We want to bet on growth with you. And here are the things we want to do. We want to help you be more compliant with NIST or CIS or whatever it is you're going to bring in the door. We're also going to help you be more resilient in case things do go south." So that's why we're betting on compliance. And here's the new tool we have. And then you can put that as an opportunity in your project roadmap and Humanize, or you can just put it like in a card or in ConnectWise or somewhere. So when you talk to your client, your QBRs, you're reminded, hey, remember how we talked about compliance in first quarter? It's now second quarter. You know the economy is going well. You have that extra cash. Let's go ahead and start that initiative now. That's more resilience for you as a company, as an MSP. You're going to increase your spend. or they're going to increase their spend with you, you're going to have more billable hours that aren't tied to anything other than men coming in or women coming in and talking compliance. And it'll probably uncover a few more things, but you need to pitch it as resiliency of the client, not just technology. Maybe the client has some opportunities in front of them. Maybe one of their competitors went out of business the previous year. Maybe they have an opportunity to expand into a new market. 2024 might be the year for them to prep for that, and 2025 being the year they break out. And so you show them how they can get to that new market. Show them how you can help them with Instagram, or maybe you've got a social media platform within your company that you leverage. There's a lots of opportunities, but don't focus on hardware and software. Focus on the services you provide. Software is sitting at about 6% growth right now, which is slow. Trust me, I watched that. That's a heartbeat I keep my hand on. But if you look at services, people like services during uncertain times. They like to know that they're going to be more resilient, and they know that they can turn off the service if they need to. That way, it's a little bit better for the business. So in 2024, I really want you guys to focus on that. I know I'm sounding like a broken record. If there's anybody else who has any tips, please put them in the comment stream below. If you got things that you're going to do in 2024, which you think are going to make a difference, help the rest of the members understand, where are you going? What are you doing? How are you taking advantage of the shifting economy and the surplus a lot of businesses are sitting on right now? How are you helping them? Don't just see them as a cow to be milked. See them as somebody to help grow. How can I help this business grow? If you were a stakeholder in their company, what would you do for them that's going to help them increase their profits in 2024, given what you know about the economy? And educate them. If they don't know, educate them. Bring that to the table. Bring that tool to the table. Say, hey, look, the economy's looking well. We don't really want to buy this right now because it's uncertain. We want to do this. We want to grow in compliance. We want to help you as a company become more resilient. Thank you everyone for coming on today. When it's just me, we get a little bit shorter. It's evidently I only allow Skip to talk for about 7 minutes of any session. So we're going to let you guys go at 13 minutes here. And I hope you guys have a great Christmas, Merry Christmas next week. No community update next week. We'll skip that and we'll look for you after the new year. Thank you.